7 different places, 14 different smart home tours. That's what I've shared since I started this channel in January of 2021. Now today we're going to do another smart home tour, but this time we're going to put a little different spin on it. This time it's not going to be my place. This time we're going to go visit my upstairs neighbor, who just happens to be my daughter, Delaney. Now Delaney very recently moved into this 1-bedroom apartment, very cool apartment, and she's already done a great job of making it smart. And I just want to show you that you don't have to have some multi-level home or some huge condo or a huge loft to make your place smart. You can have an average sized 1-bedroom home in an apartment and be a renter and still make a badass smart home. That's what I'm going to show you. Let's go upstairs. Hi. Oh, I hear Bishop is a good welcoming committee too. By the way, she's got a big dog. Welcome back to the Brick Line. I say welcome back because we moved here in August and I did a smart home tour of our place. My daughter is the leasing agent here, Delaney, and she's the one that got us to move here. We weren't anticipating we were going to move. She showed it to us on a random weekend day. We fell in love. Next thing you know, here we are. Shortly after, she moved in to this cool 1-bedroom, and she has already made it pretty damn smart. Now, the Brick Line is awesome for many different reasons. We've got a resort-style heated pool. We've got a full-service gym. We've got a spin and yoga studio. We've got a golf simulator. We've got a library. We've got private offices you can kind of rent out and work at. We've got 3 on-site restaurants and a bowling alley. We've got one of the coolest management teams on the face of the planet, including a pretty badass leasing agent. We love living here. Delaney loves living here. Delaney loves working here. It's just a great place to be. So if you're in the Omaha area, you're looking for a place to live, come be our neighbor. All right, let's get to it and let's tour. First of all, I want to mention that this entire smart home is ran off of Apple Home, sometimes known as Apple HomeKit. What is that? If you have an iPhone, an iPad, and a Mac, basically that app is already built into your device, the Apple Home app, and you can go in there and add compatible devices. Now I think everything in this apartment except one device is Apple Home compatible. So when we're talking about this smart apartment, it's an Apple Home smart apartment. First up, we got the entryway, and we got these smart switches, and basically it just controls her hallway lights, the kitchen light, and another kitchen light. So not only can she have the physical controls, but she can also control this with SIRI, and she can also control this with a wall-mounted iPad that she has, which I'm going to show you in a second. But that's first, and these are from TP-Link Casa, or TP-Link Tapo, whichever you want to say, because you can use this in the Casa app or the Tapo app through TP-Link. This is a very nice, affordable way to do this. I think these switches are like 60 bucks. They're compatible with Matter. Matter means that you can use them with multiple smart home platforms, not just Apple Home. All right, moving right off the entrance, we've got this hallway. And in this hallway, we have 2 things. We have the aqara W200 thermostat, and then we have Delaney's wall-mounted iPad. Delaney uses this to control her smart home, because with Apple Home, you can do it from something like this. You can do it from your iPhone, you can do it from your Mac. You can actually control it from your Apple TV. You can control it with your HomePod. You can do it when you're at home and when you're not home. And that's just a wonderful, cool, convenient thing. And you can save money that way. There's just a lot of different things you can do with a smart home. Speaking of saving money with your smart home, the thermostat. Now aqara, this is cool. I just did a video on this, check it out. But this has got Apple's adaptive temperature, where it uses your Apple devices and learns your behaviors and your habits using Apple Maps and your calendar. So you can save money, because not only does it save money when you're just using it at home, but when you're away, when you're coming home, it'll actually turn on the heat or the air conditioner and adjust it accordingly before you get home. A lot of other thermostats will do that, like when you're in your driveway using geofencing, but by then it's too late, and then you gotta wait a while for it to cool down and heat up. This one can do it when you're far away, and that's awesome. But yeah, she's got every smart home device on here, minus one, that's not Apple Home. all her lights, her fans, her HomePods, her Apple TV, her actual television, all right here. She can turn them on and off. She's got a room by room, just a really convenient way to control your smart home. Now, I've found that a lot of times people don't use their wall-mounted iPad. Delaney loves the crap out of it, and she uses it all the time, which is awesome. So it was a very worthwhile investment for her. And then if we just travel a foot or two, we've got another TP-Link Casa light that is for the hallway light. So this is a 3-way switch that she can control from here or the entryway. All right, we're gonna move on to the kitchen. Now, when you're a renter, kitchens are never very exciting because you can't switch out appliances and things like that. Also, I want to mention as a renter, you always want to ask your landlord permission before you do intensive smart home things like a thermostat, smart lock, smart switches, anything where you're actually switching out basic hardware. Luckily, we've got a really cool management team here that lets us do this stuff, but you always want to make sure they're cool with it before you do something like this. Now, Delaney has some kids. We've got Bishop, really cool dog, and then a cat, Kitty. And I know, real creative name, but Kitty's been around the family for a long time. But Delaney's got some smart devices for her pets. She's got these smart water dispensers from Mova, and basically they always keep the water level maintained, which is really cool. Then she's got this Houndsy dispenser for Bishop, and it's not necessarily smart in the regards to like it's in the smart home devices or anything like that, but it's cool. You just pull a lever, feeds the dog. Very popular device with dog owners. But yeah, so this is just Delaney's little pet corner as far as the smart home goes. All right, so in the kitchen, we're making the 2 lights, the overhead lights and the island light smart with those TP-Link Casa switches. We've got another control for one of those switches right here, and that's actually for this cool accent light that she's got above her counters and her oven and the stove. So she can make that smart, which is cool. I think Delaney, you really like that one, right? And then she's got the Aqara G350 Smart Hub camera. I just did a video on this. This is the first camera compatible with Matter 1.5, which is an awesome, awesome thing for us that have been waiting for such a thing to happen. But that's a pan tilt camera, 4K resolution, a great little camera to have in here, you know, to watch your pets or just a general security. And, you know, if you're in an apartment to see what your maintenance crew is doing, things like that. So we've got the camera, the smart switch, which of course controls the lighting, both under the cabinets and above us. All right, now we're going to slowly move into the living room, where first up, this is the one device that's not Apple Home. We've got an air purifier from Dreame. This air purifier is kind of very specific for pet owners because number one, it's got this little perch. She's using it as a table, which you could also do, but you can also use it as a cat perch. And then this air purifier has a couple different settings. So you can do regular air purification, and then you can change it to where it actually goes into pet mode and sucks up pet hair, right?
Yep.
Have you noticed a difference?
Yes, for sure.
Now, one thing about it is sometimes when it goes into that pet mode, it's a little loud, but that just means it's doing its thing. And I've definitely noticed a difference because I'm very allergic to pets, both dogs and cats. That's why you've never seen one on my channel. And when I'm here hanging out with her, I don't get all messed up like I normally do, or even at her last apartment. And then right here in this lamp, she's got a Philips Hue light, which you've always loved. She's been using Philips Hue for a long time. So she changes the vibe in here depending on what she wants to do or how she feels. I know she used to live in an apartment right over there, and we could actually see her apartment from our old apartment, and we could see her Hue lights lighting it up and all her cool moods. But so she's got a Philips Hue bridge, and basically there's 2 different models of that now. There's an older one where you actually connect that to your router via Ethernet, but now there's one that you can connect to your router via Ethernet or by Wi-Fi. But Philips Hue bridge runs the whole thing, and she's got a couple Hue lights, which we'll show you in a second. But let's move further into the living room. All right, moving a little further into the living room, we've got a couple devices over here. Number one, she has got her roborock wet dry vacuum. This is the latest model from roborock. It's got the foam spray, so you can actually pull the trigger. It'll actually put a foam spray out in front of it. But if you're a pet owner, a wet dry vacuum is a must. And we are big roborock lovers in the Langabeer household, minus one exception, which we'll talk about in a second. But she's got a couple other roborocks within the apartment we'll talk about. And then she's also got 2 more Casa TP-Link switches here. One controls the living room, and the other one controls the balcony light. So at night, she can chill out there, turn the light on, and use SIRI to do it. All right, moving on to the other side of the living room. This is kind of like her Apple Home hubs live. When you're talking about Apple Home to control it when you're not home and such, you do need an Apple Home hub. And that can be a HomePod or an Apple TV 4K. Apple TV 4K with these cool Snoopy screensavers. And then also, in addition to that Apple TV 4K, her stereo pair HomePods, which also in an apartment like this creates some awesome surround sound, Dolby Atmos and all that good stuff. But this LG TV, this is an LG OLED 55-inch, and this is also compatible with Apple Home. So you can switch inputs, you can turn the power on and off, control the volume, things like that with your iPhone, iPad, Mac, HomePods, all that good stuff. And then over there in that lamp, she has another Philips Hue lamp. So that's just kind of the taller floor lamp version of the desk lamp she had over there. All right, rounding out the living room, we've got the roborock Saros 10R robot vacuum / robot mop. Now, if you watched my last video, you know this is a sensitive subject for me right now because normally I am one of the biggest roborock lovers on the planet. And Delaney loves this thing too. And I think this guy right here is the best robot vacuum ever made, and I've tried them all. Problem is, Roborock sent me the Saros 20, which is the new flagship for this year. I was really excited about it, but that review went horribly wrong. And what's interesting about that is people in the comments are coming in on me saying that I should have gone to Roborock and got a new vacuum. My question to you is, why would I do that? Because as a normal homeowner, if I get a bad vacuum, I'm gonna bitch about it. And I got a bad vacuum. And I didn't want to go to Roborock. I wanted to see if they updated it with a firmware, if they could fix it. They didn't. And that was my experience with the vacuum. And that is what I'm known for sharing with you on this channel. Honest and fair reviews. So you want me to placate to Roborock and get a new vacuum just so it works well? No, that's not the way I operate. It is what it is. But this one's working great. Delaney still loves this one, and it restores my faith in Roborock. All right, moving into the bedroom, and just for your information, behind us is Delaney and Bishop, who is a very large dog. So if you hear him in the background, that's just Bishop being Bishop. But here in the bedroom, we've got another TP-Link light switch. This one actually controls her light and her fan. So this is a specific switch for that purpose. So we got that. So she can control this in Apple Home, control the fan and the light. Pretty awesome. Then again, Roborock lovers, we've got their new stick vacuum. Now this has got this base station, which is self-cleaning. So when you're done, it actually empties the dustbin for you. But it's a cool stand. You've got all your attachments in here, nice modern looking. And this thing's got some decent suction power, but yeah, just a big fan of this stick vacuum. Now, as I talk about this TV, I'm convinced I'm about to get intruded on by this dog right next to me. So just beware, everybody. And here he comes. There he goes. All right, we've got an Apple TV 4K behind here. And like father, like daughter, I'm very proud of her with the cord management. Good job, Delaney. But yeah, Apple TV 4K, and this is another LG OLED, which is also compatible with Apple Home. So again, you can control your inputs, turn it off and on, and control the volume. All right, then for this last shot in the bedroom, we got the whole family here. And last but not least, we got her HomePod in here. This is HomePod Generation 2, as were the stereo pairs in the living room. Again, a great Apple Home hub right there. Plays music, controls your smart home, does all sorts of cool stuff. And Apple, come on, give us the new HomePod. Give us the new HomePod with the screen. Please, please. All right, that rounds out the bedroom. What do you think, Bishop? That's what I thought. Okay. All right, before we leave the bedroom, I want to mention in the master closet, Delaney has an aqara FP300 presence sensor, also in tune with this Casa smart light. So when it senses her presence in the closet, it turns on automatically. And when it senses that her lovely little presence has left, it turns off. And she's done that through an automation through Apple Home. All right, lastly, we've got the bathroom. Nothing terribly exciting in here, but she does have another set of TP-Link Casa switches in here, not only controlling the light above me, but also the light in her shower, and then also the bathroom fan. And then right there, she's got a HomePod Mini. Some people out there wonder why I always have HomePods in my bathroom. Luckily, my daughter is just like me. We call her George IV, and we do that for a reason, because I can't even imagine taking a shower or being in the bathroom getting ready without music playing. I want music playing in every single room, and she's just like me in that regard. So, a HomePod Mini in the bathroom. All right, so there you go. That's our smart home tour. Delaney's cool apartment here at the Brick Line. Bishop in the background. I just wanted to show you that you could do this in an apartment, an average size. Doesn't have to be some multi-level extravaganza as far as house goes, or a big loft or a big condo. You can do it in a cool apartment like this. So, until the next smart home tour, George IV and yours truly, signing off. Peace and love.